Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! Whoa, what's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today, I think this is just a bouncy surface, yeah. Today I've got another short little unboxing here to share with you guys. I know what's in here. Because I traded for it. That's right. I trade sometimes. It's very rare. I told the gentleman who I traded with here, I said, I think I've traded maybe 3 or 4 times since I started the channel over 5 years ago. But I do periodically. This gentleman and I have known each other for a while. He has sent things into the channel many times. So I've had I built a trusting relationship with him. So I was more than happy to do this. Really excited to get my hands on this because I have tried to get this multiple times from retailers and you guys keep buying them all. It's probably because I keep telling you that they're there, or that they're coming. So yeah, thanks so much to my patrons for supporting me. And please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. And thank you so much to the gentleman who made this trade with me. I'm very excited to show this off to you guys and to add it to my collection. I am actually running out of room. The 4 Pelican cases that I own for knives are almost completely full, including the 80 slot case. So it's getting to the point where I think I might actually need to get another one. So here's the box, and then we have a lot of additional packing materials. Thank you. I will absolutely reuse those. You just put those away there real quick. All right. So what do we have? What do we have here? Okay. This is very fortified. Oh boy. Usually there's a sticker. Oh yeah, there we go. A Hinderer knife. My first new Hinderer acquisition in a long time. Oh man, it's been a while. This used to be it was like every other upload, right? I appreciate it. From Lucifer. And look what we've got here. Look what we've got here. Holy moly. It's actually the exact same one that I reviewed a long time ago and said that I was super jealous of. He sent this in. This is the Hinderer XM18 Auto. And he told me he sent it in and they had fixed that stick off the stop pin, and they did. That's wonderful. They fixed it. I don't know about you guys. If you don't remember the review, I said there's an interesting amount of stickiness off of the stop pin after you go to release the blade, and it would just get stuck. Like it felt like it had come back and actually settled into glue or gum or something like that. And that's just not the case anymore. They've got it absolutely figured out. The action also feels a little bit more powerful, which is great because initially I had noted that it felt a little bit sluggish, and that was likely due to the fact, not likely that the coil spring was weak. It was much more likely that it was dealing with the full thickness of a standard XM18 blade, which is 165 thousandths. And in the spear point configuration, so we have a lot of that tapered out to the tip, or a lot of that through the flat here. But yeah, fantastic. And in full textured titanium CPM 20 CV. Yeah, I knew that I had to have one of these for my collection because I am a gigantic Hinderer knives fan. I love the overall profile of the Hinderer XM18 3.5 inch. And because this is an auto, it does not require the assistance of a flipper tab or thumb studs to deploy it. So there's nothing in the way. So it has my favorite profile of all time, which is the XM18 3.5 inch non-flipper. So full tie and textured on both sides with this new unique sort of, they've kind of got this milled out with a barrier, which they absolutely should start doing for regular XM18 3.5 inch knives. This should be a scale option that you can buy for the standard XM18 3.5 inch. It will not fit because this is set up for the auto. Look at that perfect centering and everything. Man, that is so cool. I'm so happy. So what did I trade? I think a lot of people were surprised. This was on Instagram. I traded my XM18 3.5 inch with the glow scale, the green textured lock side, and that was a rare one. That was a weird one, and I think a lot of people might be surprised that I did that. But initially, he was on a live stream, and he said, "Hey, what do I got to do to get that green XM?" And I was like, "There's nothing. I'm never gonna trade it. No way. It's the only XM I have that's got any color in it." And he was like, "All right, well, let me know if there's anything that you'd be interested in." So 24 or 48 hours went by, and I got curious, and I messaged him, and I said, "What?" And because I got to thinking, I was like, if I was going to trade with somebody, he's one of the people I'd trade with. And so I messaged him and said, "What do you got?" And he had a whole bunch of stuff. And I saw he had the auto in there, and I thought, no way, I think I would actually do that for the auto. So I said, all right, I'll do it for the auto. And he said, okay, perfect. So I appreciate that. I know he got his and is happy with it. You can check him out at the_only_Lucifer on Instagram if you want to see his video after he received it. So I'm going to show off my entire collection of Hinderer knives currently. If you've been watching the channel since the beginning, you'll know that this is actually acquisition 37 or something like that. That's actually true. I have owned 37 different from the ranch Hinderer knives since I started collecting Hinderer knives. But I have traded and sold and bought these more often than any other model or brand in the collection. So I am constantly changing these things. But these last few that I've had are kind of permanent knives in the collection. So we're going to move the auto over here. I, of course, have the Generation 6 full titanium Harpoon Spanto in S35VN. This is an early Gen 6 from years ago. This is the one that I use. It is absolutely the one that gets carried and used. It actually is not sharp anymore. I still have not sharpened that one, but definitely enjoy it. Next up, we have a weird one. This is the non-flipper Eclipse. I think it was an E-Knives exclusive. I honestly can't remember at this point, but it was a while ago, and then I managed to pick up a full titanium Eclipse scale. So very happy with that one as well. Next up, we have my favorite XM18 3.5 inch of all time, and that's the DLT Trading exclusive non-flipper Fullard Spear, once again, in full titanium. This guy is in M390. Next up, we have the Monkey Edge. It was originally the Frag. This is probably one of, if not the rarest in the group. This was originally a Frag front scale. It's CPM 3V, and these are exclusive to Monkey Edge. I actually managed to find somehow a Battle Black titanium scale for this, which matches all the way around. You can see the Monkey Edge logo right there. Yeah, that's definitely a cool one. And then, of course, I need to spread these out a little more because I've only got a couple left. Next up, we have an old one. This is the XM24 Dark Horse in the likely discontinued Stonewashed DLC finish. This is different than Battle Black, which is this guy here, and it is also different than the flat DLC offered through Hinderer Knives. They did this stuff for a while, this Stonewashed DLC, and they must have made very few XM24s in it, but I managed to pick this up a long time ago from USA Made Blade. It's actually got a carbon fiber front scale. You might not be able to actually, sorry, there's stuff from the case on it. You might not be able to actually tell that this is carbon fiber. There we go. We can see the lines in there. But this is a textured carbon fiber scale, blackout hardware, and then the Crusader nut there. And then finally, I have one full titanium XM24. I can't tell you how unbelievably difficult it was to find a factory XM24 scale. I actually had been trying to find one for about 8 years. I picked up the Harpoon Spanto XM24 from Knife Center. It was a Knife Center exclusive. And then one day, had someone watching out for me. Somebody messaged me on Instagram and said, there are titanium XM24 scales on the Hinderer website right now. And I'll be forever in that person's debt, because had they not messaged me at that exact moment, I definitely would not have picked this up. So that's the last one there. So these are all of my current Hinderer knives in my collection. It's probably the most I've ever had at one time, 7. I've always, I would say over time that the average has been like 3 or 4. Yeah, I think these are all pretty permanent. I think at this point, if I get more Hinderer knives, it will not be, through trading. It will likely be through purchasing. So I know there's going to be people asking me, what would you trade for one of those? None of these XMs are for trade because they're all definitely versions that I want to keep. But I appreciate it anyway. But if you didn't know, I do periodically trade, and usually the best way to ask me about stuff like that is on Instagram. So thank you again to Nate for allowing me to trade with him. This is perfect. It's exactly what I expected it to be, and I really appreciate you taking care of it and then trading it to me. So awesome stuff. That's going to be pretty much it today, guys. I will link Hinderer knives and Hinderer accessories down in the description if you're new and you want to check them out, or if you're not new and you just want to kind of explore a little bit. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. If you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.